Well, everything got started over 10 years ago by Michael O'Connell. And he thought that there should be a group of disabled comics, and he joined up with some other local comics in the Sacramento Bay Area.
And people come up to me all the time and they say, you know, Nina, stuttering and dyslexia, because I also have that, those aren't real disabilities. You should be in that comedy troupe. Yeah, I know, right? And I tell them, if you look at the definition of what a disability is, according to the Americans with Disabilities Act, it's a physical or mental impairment that substantially results in having to deal with assholes. Pretty sure it qualifies.
I'm Steve Danner. I'm from Napa. I'm a little person. Surprise. Objects on stage are not as far away as they appear.
No. This guy comes up to me. He says, "Hey, how fast does that thing go?" I say, "Apparently not fast enough to get out of this conversation."
She gets closer and repeats her question, this woman. And she says, "Do you need assistance?" Now, as comfortable as I am in front of you, as strangers, one-on-one, if I've never met you, I get incredibly awkward, incredibly fast. So my first thing didn't work. So upon hearing it again, my fight or flight said, "Run." So I ran down the aisle away from this woman without saying a word. And in my awkwardness, I tripped over my feet and I dropped the dresser. So I heard the bottle shatter, and as I was running, I heard her yell in a very satisfied voice, "I knew you needed assistance."
I didn't know that I was disabled. You can tell I've done drugs. Looking at me, you can tell I've drank alcohol, right? It's pretty obvious. What's not obvious looking at me is I'm 9 years clean and sober. Thank you. And I like to tell audiences that to make a point, that you can tell people anything, and they believe you right away and start clapping for you. You didn't even need a urine test, you know what I mean? Like.
But even more important than that, people don't know what to say when you're released from a psych ward. You can't depend on the Hallmark for this occasion. Miss Manners has yet to publish proper etiquette for greeting suicidal patients. So tonight I'd like to share what I learned during a 4-year undercover study. They weren't 4 consecutive years. You'll want to ease the transition from loony bin to outside world. Therefore, laughter should wait until the 3rd day after discharge, and then only at knock-knock speed. You might start with knock-knock. Doris. The door is locked. That's why I'm knocking. I love that one. And they'll relate to it because there are plenty of locked doors where they just came from.